Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you are joining us from. We are indeed live here at Track and Field Totnet once again for another exciting interview, for another exciting conversation. Wherever it is that you are, we ask that you remember to subscribe to our socials or like, comment, and share it so that you will also hit the notification bell so that you will be ready whenever it is that we go live. We thank you so much for joining us. We thank you so much for being here with us and for interacting with us as always. We ask that you just continue to be with us as we are a family, and today is none like any other. We will be going live again with another exciting conversation, another exciting interview, another exciting aspect of where we talk about track and feel, and we talk about what is happening in the space and how it is that the space is feeling and how it is that the space is going. We are happy that you are able to join us. We are happy that you are able to be here with us at all times. We do continue to, just have great privilege to know that you are able to be here with us. Hi, spiritually blessed. Thank you so much for being on over here with us as we do this. Another exciting time. I know today is not like the norm. We normally go live on a Monday, but there are times when it is that things do exceptionally changes. The things that we do changes around the timing, and we also will always continue to just be in the space and be in the know. And again, we are happy that you are able to be with us. We thank you so much again for being here with us. So it is indeed an exciting one, and we also have with us today. We definitely will be having another exciting interview with us today. We have none other than, we always see her called Trackside with Mel. It is, we want to get to know Trackside with Mel, what Mel is about, who is Mel, and also to know what it is that Mel does that makes it so different from what everybody else is does. It is just that smooth thing and that smooth operation that she brings to the space and brings to the whole entire thing at large. So today we have with us Trackside with Mel. Hi, good day, Mel.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you, definitely. We are happy that you are able to be with us finally. I mean, we have been, battling around how it is that we get this to happen and how it is that we get this to be done. But finally, we are here, and we're thankful for being able to actually achieve it eventually. And we know that definitely it will be indeed a great one. So, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you doing?
I am good, I am good today. It's a good day. It's a good day. I mean, it is Sunday, normal Sundays are different, but I mean, still we still continue to go along. I mean, we had a long weekend of
Yes.
track and field. It was really a long weekend. I do believe it was really a long weekend. I mean, we went from what, Thursday again. I mean, 2 weekends in a row. We are going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's another weekend. But we will be getting out a break this weekend coming. I think we have a break this weekend coming. I don't recall anything on the calendar here locally for us on Saturday. I think there is a break, and then we go back to, track and field. But at this moment, until we get there, tell me about Trackside with Mel. Tell me, who is Mel? Well, I know you as Trackside with Mel. I can't pronounce your name, so I would love for you to pronounce your name or tell me your name, your actual name, and tell me about Mel. Seems like we may be having a little bit of difficulty here or some technical issues, but as soon as Mel is back, we will be back. Um, until then, as I rightfully said earlier, that great things is happening in the space. Okay.
I'm back. I'm not sure why I was not seeing you nor hearing you. Well, here I am.
You
Sorry.
froze a while ago for me. I'm not sure what happened. I was saying, tell me about Mel. Who is Trackside with Mel? Outside of Trackside with Mel, I can't pronounce your name rightfully, so I would love for you to pronounce your name and tell me
Okay, so
about
my
Mel.
full name is Melena. Melena Elias. And outside of being a sports journalist, I'm also a French teacher, a French tutor. So my business is Learn French 876, and I mostly teach to children, and I also have a few adults in Kingston and online as well.
Oh, so like, oh, I can't speak French. I only know bonjour, comment allez-vous? I guess I can, maybe subscribe to learning French. I only know to speak Spanish and my native language, Jamaica and or Creole there. But I mean, always, well, going to school, I thought French was something sounding smooth and exciting. I didn't get the opportunity to embrace French in my own space because I didn't get to choose whether I do French or Spanish. I was just given that, and I did Spanish right up. But I think I maybe just interested in learning something. I'm not know like.
I mean, Spanish is pretty useful in the region, so it does make sense
So
to
it does make
for
sense.
Jamaican, yes.
You said that you're a journalist by profession.
Yes,
So, okay, so I know you're not Jamaican.
I'm not.
So,
I'm from France. I grew up in Brittany, which is in the west of France. We have our own culture, our own language. The school I went to, it was actually not in French. It was in Breton language, which is totally different from French. But I would speak, of course, French with my dad, with some friends. But in my mom's side of the family, we would speak Breton.
oh, okay. Oh,
But
because
used to be
Britain's pre.
independent, but it's part of France. It's
Oh,
a region
okay,
of
okay.
France. Yes.
So your passion has always been sports. So therefore you did sports journalism, or you just did journalism in its sequence.
Honestly, it was just journalism. I did not think I would become a sports journalist. I always had the passion for track and field, but for some reason, I saw myself more into maybe either cultural journalism, or politics, or something international, but not necessarily sports.
So and you said that you always love track and field. So what was that what would I say, that push for you to kind of do sports journalism or track and field journalism in which you do now, compared to just doing journalism on a whole? What makes you said, okay, this is what I want to do?
It was not a decision just one day. The thing is, I also had the passion for track and field since I was a child. With my dad, my uncle, my cousin, we would watch Olympics, European Championships, World Champs during summer at my grandma. So I have a lot of memories of watching all these things during summer. And then when I was 10, a track and field club was created, Le Souffle des Abers, right by where my mom and I were living, and my sisters. Like, it was like 2 minutes walk. So I didn't have to take the bus. She didn't have to drop me off. I could just walk to the track, and it was so convenient. And my mom really wanted me to register to that club because it was super convenient. That would give me a way to do a physical activity. And then also my dad was a big fan of track and field. So for once, they both agreed on something, which is for me to start track and field.
For
So
you to
that's
start
where
track
the
and field?
club was created. And it was very small. It was like probably like just 10 or 15 of us at first. I was not very good, but I put in a lot of work, and I started doing cross country during winter, then 800 meters, 5Ks as well. And then by putting in a lot of work, I really started improving. So I did, like, I think 7 years of track and field. And then I stopped, but the passion remains. So I would still follow the sport.
I mean, once you love track and field, it never goes away. Once we have that love for track and field, I do
Right.
believe that no matter what we do, no matter what we feel, or no matter how far we go, that love will never go away. We'll never miss that love for track and field. And I must say, though, I am happy that you eventually, come over to the track and field side and just continue to love it. Because there is a place for you. I mean, there has been a place for you. I mean, as you said, you're by profession a journalist, and therefore it sways along that line. So you mix your love that you have for track and field with the passion that you had for journalism and make it one. I mean,
Yes,
that works.
exactly.
That works. So that is indeed a great one. So you now resides here in Jamaica. Was that a hard transition for you? Was it a hard thought for you to say you want? How did you come to saying, okay, I'm gonna go to Jamaica and do this?
So initially, it was supposed to be temporary. So the very first time I came, it was just for 1 month. It was between my 2 years of school journalism of School of Journalism in France. So in 2018, I applied for a French foundation that gives financial assistance to young French people who want to travel the world. So what you have to do is be aged between 16 and 20 years old. You have to pick one country, one topic, and you have to go there by yourself for at least 1 month to research about that topic. So I did that thing in 2017 in Cuba, and I got selected again in 2018 to do it again in Jamaica. What happened is I was looking at the list of people who had done that thing through that foundation, and I saw somebody who did it about football in Brazil. So I was like, my passion is track and field. So of course, which country would it be for track and field? Jamaica. So my topic was, why is Jamaica so good at track and field? So that led me to coming for the first time for only 1 month in June 2018, which was an amazing experience. But I had to go back because I had an internship in a French newspaper that summer, and then classes were resuming in September, and I had 1 more year to get my degree of journalism. And that school year, Jamaica was on my mind every day. I started listening to dancehall. I started in France. I just after that 1 month, I kept in touch with some of the people that I had met, and one day I just realized, I was like, okay, let me try and go, because I was thinking about what to do after I get my degree. So I had one option, which was to continue with that university. Like they had a partnership with a university in Barcelona. And Barcelona was my dream since I was a child, but my new dream had become Jamaica. So I was like, well, either I go somewhere pretty close, which is Barcelona, which is more like a wiser decision, and I can get another degree, and my family would be closer. They wouldn't be so scared for me. Or I really follow my new dream, and I try to be a freelance sports journalist in Jamaica. And I picked the most risky thing, but that ended up paying off. So I did that thing. I went, that was end of 2019, and that was supposed to be, I'm not sure how long it was supposed to be, but COVID happened, which made me go back to France. And that was so frustrating because I felt like I was in the middle of something. It was really starting to, I was really starting to do something. I was freelancing for The Gleaner. I was really following the track season for the first time. And it was just so frustrating to be caught in the middle of doing something. So that's why I came back after COVID, and that's when I started to really live here, which is 2021.
So I mean, we are out of many one people. That's our motto. We think Jamaica is, we are the greatest. I mean, we are the greatest people in the world. I mean, the love that we give to people, knowing or unknowingly, is the greatest thing. And then when we mix sports or track and field to that, it even makes it even greater. So I mean, it was undoubted that you would have come here and fell in love with the country, fell in love with track and field all over again, because Jamaica is the track and field fraternity. We are the epitome of track and field, in spite of what anyone else say. I mean, we do grow and we do expand in what it is that we do, and we learn from it and all of that, and we have our down moments and our up moments. But at the end of the day, you want track and field, you got to come to Jamaica, definitely. But I'm going to ask you this question. You said your thesis basically was on Jamaica track and field. What was the answer to your resolvement of your question?
Oof, it's a lot. A lot of people love to mention food, yam and banana. I don't believe that food makes such a big difference. It's probably one of the reasons, but I think great coaching is one reason. GC Foster has been producing great coaches over the years, and I think I read somewhere, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Jamaica has the biggest proportion of coaches with a World Athletics degree in the world. Like if you compare to the amount of people living in the country. something like that. So I know Jamaica has a lot of great coaches. Of course, the development meets. Imagine having 2, 3 track meets every Saturday from January all the way until champs.
From December, from December, because I mean, Jamaica Drag Race season actually begins December. So from December all the way down to, like, as I said, champs, and even sometime after that.
And then Trumps, of course, is another huge, huge reason, because imagine having at from being a teenager, knowing what it's like to be live on TV, to be to have your face in the newspaper, to have your whole country following your performances, and people who attended your school, knowing your name. Like, it's just a lot of pressure at such a tender age. So once they're at the senior level, they have experienced something that athletes from other countries might have not experienced. So it's like they have some advance, if that makes sense, in terms of mental dealing with pressure, and physically they've been doing great things from a tender age as well. So yeah, Trumps is
and one of the major things that they get to experience is to showcase their talent in front of thousands of people before they actually get to the World Championships or the Olympics. And while some other athletes, as you rightfully said, doesn't get that opportunity until it is, or if it is, that they get to that level. So I really agree with that. It is what we bring here, or the product that we have here, is one to cherish. It is one to see manifest in the way it is that it does. The fact that you're a journalist and you have been around for a little bit, and love for track and field, I'm going to ask this question: what is it that you think can happen? Because you spoke about the fact that, I mean, Jamaica has GC Foster, and they produce a lot of coaches and good training aspect. In your viewpoint, what is it that you think, or you would love to see happen differently for track and field on the junior level, that you think would embrace or push the junior level where it's at now to a better place?
I think it's mostly facilities, better facilities. Of course, National Stadium right now, they're working on it. But I think that apart from Kingston and like, for instance, Western Champs, they had to do it in GC Foster, because if they don't do it in GC Foster, they do it in Santa Cruz at Stets, which is grass. So it would not be fair to have certain athletes from certain schools competing on grass versus the rest at National Stadium or GC Foster. So I think it's a bit, there's a lack of balance, and I feel like certain parishes or certain parts of the islands need more facilities as well. That's one thing. And then when it comes to administrations, and that's not just for junior athletes, that's for senior track and field as well. I think we need and deserve more transparency when it comes to how is an athlete selected for relay teams, how is a journalist selected for media accreditation for any event, or even to go to World Champs, these things. Way more transparency, better communication, just a better looking website, athleticsja.com. I think we should not be struggling every weekend to find the information, the schedule, the results. Sometimes you're looking for the schedule for the events and you get the one from last year or 2 years ago, and it's on the Friday. The track meet is the next day. You're looking for it and you can't find it. So it's a lot of struggles being I'm sure everybody can relate to that. Everybody that's passionate about track and field in Jamaica can relate to that. So I feel like on a lot of different things, but mostly facilities and administration and communication, we deserve better. At least journalists, fans, everybody.
We deserve better. I think I'm going to grab that little part of your thought space and kind of peek it. I don't know, maybe send it to the administrator, the federation. But no, why I say that is because, I mean, it is a cry. It is a cry of everyone, rightfully so. Last week, was it last week or week before last week, I interviewed a junior, and I mean, facilities was one of the major request from a junior athlete, and the junior athlete is also from that Western Championships direction. So it is something and that is needed. I know it is not fully the J3A duty per se, to get the facilities up to par fully. Well, I can be wrong, but I'm just saying I know it may not be, but it also works and tie in tandem with the government, because we do need to have some better facilities for
Yeah.
the sports that we love so much, and that has done so much for the black, green, and gold. We definitely do need better facilities. So I do agree with that. As it relates to the website, 100% and more, I agree with that. Definitely do believe that J3, and also ISA, oh, Jesus Christ, need to better their websites and put out the information so that it can be a little bit more transparent for real, because some persons will get the calendar and some persons won't get the calendar.
Right.
So therefore we won't get to. And for me, even though I personally have the calendar, at times to just go scroll back to find the calendar that was sent to me donkey years ago, kind of bothering. While I feel like I'm supposed to just be able to just type in the website and boom, what is happening for the weekend or the coming weekend should basically be there. So I
Or
do
there
agree
may
with that.
be an update in real life, but the update is not on the website.
Yeah.
So there might be a different location in real life from so if you don't know people in real life that can tell you no, it's actually not keeping there, it's keeping at stadium or whatever it is, you might drive to the wrong place and miss the races.
Mere example, what just took place, or what is taking place now, the changes in venue as it relates to the events that would have happened in the national stadium, based on the fact now that we are having a refurbishing. I use that word very carefully, but that's what I think it is, a refurbishing currently of the national stadium. All the events that was scheduled in it, up to a particular time, has been rescheduled and moved to other venues. And just to find out, it was just a little bit hectic for some persons. So I do agree with that, definitely. Someone had asked, so Suzanne Malcolm was saying hi, Melania, and she was asking if you can speak something in Brittany. Brit,
So
that
the,
word.
the region is Brittany and the language name is Breton
Okay.
language, which is it's a Celtic language. Hi Suzanne, thank you for asking. So what I could say is one word that everybody knows, even people who don't know the language, is kinavo, which means bye, goodbye. Kinavo.
Tinago?
Kinavo.
Tinavo.
Kinavo.
No, I'm not gonna bat my tongue with you. I tried twice, and it don't work. I'm not gonna bat my tongue. Um, so Sandy said that Jamaica hold you. I guess this is in relation to when you were saying that you came to Jamaica, you fell in love with
Yes.
Jamaica. So Jamaica really, really hold you. Shauna is agreeing with you and said that is true, Mel. The website is trash.
I would not use that word because I'm trying to stay in good terms with everybody. But I think some improvements can be made when it comes to the website.
Yeah, definitely. Improvements definitely can be made, for real, for real. But okay, so we know that you had the love for track and field and the journalism aspects. So how did Trackside with Mel came about? How was that? I mean, what is it that you are doing? Why you said, okay, so let me do Trackside with Mel?
So what happened is I was going to stadium almost every Saturday following the season a lot because I write for the French newspaper L'Equipe and other media, but mostly L'Equipe. And I noticed that on my personal Instagram page, I was posting check and feel a lot in my stories. And at some point, I was like, a lot of people who follow me that just want to see my life in Jamaica and they don't really care about check and feel that much. So I was like, let me probably separate both and create a page specifically for track and field. This way, my friends who love track and field, they can follow it, but also people that I don't know, and I can create connections with people who have the same passion as me. And initially, I was thinking I could go to stadium and start actually taking pictures. So I named the page Track Picture by Mail. That was the first name. If you've been following from this time, big up yourself. But what happened is that I never took any picture at stadium. So I eventually changed the name and I changed it to track side with mail, which fits better the content. So I created the page 2 years ago, but I really started being active. I would say at trials last year. I started doing a little bit of content with some athletes saying some words in French. The ones that were making the team
Going
for
to Paris.
was one
Yeah.
of my first videos. And then this season, I really started to be very active on it.
Okay. So once again, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you're joining us from. We appreciate you joining us whenever it is that we go live and have these conversations. We thank you so much for being here with us. If you have not yet subscribed to our page, especially our YouTube channel, we ask that you do go ahead and subscribe to it because greater things and great things is continuously coming. Sorry about that. Yaro says that he always sees you and thought he was an American that only visits at Chab's time. And Yara's always, I would say always at everything that says purple. Yara is always there. So I mean, for Yara to think that you only visit only when
Oh,
it's Chab's time. So now he's getting to know who you are.
but that's actually not surprising. A lot of people they think that I come from a American university and that I come to watch the athletes and
So,
select them and that I have scholarships for them. I'm like, sorry, I don't have that for you guys.
well, I mean, now he's knowing that you're not just here just only when it is Champs time. Yara, no, she's not, but she's here all the time because Yara, she was indeed there yesterday also and was there on Friday also at JC. So no, it's not just for that reason alone, and not because Champs is coming. She's there, and so welcome to Trackside with Mel. She
Right.
she interviews and she talks and go along with stuff. Sandy said I must ask you to say my catchphrase or my opening statement that I normally say, but ask you to say it in French. So I normally say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you. So we would love to hear you say that in French.
So which one first? Good morning, good
Good
evening.
morning. No, good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. So morning, afternoon, evening, and then night.
Okay, so morning and afternoon is the same
Same.
word
Okay.
to say good day. So bonjour, bonsoir, bonne nuit. Bonjour,
Say the
bonsoir,
last. Bonjour, bonsoir, bonnet.
bonne nuit. But bonne
Really?
nuit is actually if you're going to bed, if you're wishing somebody a good night, not like if you're hailing somebody at night. So it wouldn't really work. I would just say bonjour, bonsoir. Even,
Bonjour, bonsoir.
yeah, even though it's a bit
Right. I didn't know bonjour before, so I learned another word. Bonjour, bonsoir.
bonjour, bonsoir.
So good
Right.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all. Bonjour, bonsoir. Sunday, I learned something. I'm a quick learner for now. I still get deep down into it. I am out of it. Um, Apart from going to track meets that you are now embracing so lovely, what else do you do outside of teaching? What else do you do for fun outside of teaching?
So yesterday, I got my friends who forced me to make some time to have a social life outside of teaching and check and feel because I haven't really been doing anything else since the year started. But for instance, yesterday we went to Lime Key. My friends and their baby, she's from France, he's from Jamaica, and they just had a baby. And then last night we went to the Bob Marley Museum for the concert for Joe Mercer celebration. So it was a great night. Chronix, Jesse Royal, who else? Taras Riley, Alda Marley. So it was a great night of
That's a
music.
great night.
So yeah, concerts, beach, river, going out of town. That's the kind of things I love to do.
So you said beach and river out of town. Which
Yeah.
which one of our parishes is your favorite so far?
So I went to 13 parishes out of 14. I've never, well, Hanover, I went there, like I drove there, but I never really stopped. So I can't say I know of Hanover. But it's hard to just pick one. I love Sente, I love Portland, I like Westmoreland as well. So I would say these three.
Okay, those three. What is your favorite Jamaican dish to prepare or to have?
I don't eat meat, so I've never had nor cooked curry goat, jerk chicken, any of these. So it's definitely something with fish, but I love ackee and saltfish and kelalo. Easy to cook and tastes so good with um, the Scotch bonnet pepper and stuff like it. It's just nice and hot. I love it.
So you like things that are spicy.
Yes,
Our
love
peppers can be very spicy, Katrina.
it.
Ackee and saltfish, very delicious. Once it's prepared properly and done well,
Yeah.
definitely going to taste good. So that is great. So let's come now to the track story. Definitely, we know that we're in March and we are what 2 weeks away from the big championships, and I call it a championship. The big championship called ISA Boys and Girls Championship. You have been, speaking with our athletes and asking them certain questions. I want to know who is your current um, male and female junior athlete, your favorite current male and female junior athlete to watch. You know, who
Hmm.
is? Hmm.
It's so many of them. That's a hard question. So just someone interesting to watch, right? Not
Mhm.
necessarily.
Not necessarily you're gonna just say that, but someone that you like when you go to track meet, once that person is participating in a track meet, you are saying, oh, I really want to be there because that person is participating. I want to see what that person is going to do today, or the time that that person is going to run. You're just interested in seeing that person, that junior athlete, whether it be both male and female.
On the girls' side, it's so many of them that are super talented. But there's one in particular from Moshet, Shanoya Douglas, who is super talented and doing amazing. She's still in class 2. So she should be interesting. I'm not sure whether or not Kevona Davis's 200-meter jumps record is under threat this year. Maybe we'll see. But she's so talented and she's an exceptional young athlete on the
So
girls.
before you go to the boys' side, let me partially answer that for you. I mean, I interviewed her a couple weeks ago and we did ask her about those. And she did say she was manifesting that. So we here at Track and Field Totnet is manifesting 2 records for her, along with her, a matter of fact, along with her, because she's manifesting the 400 meters and the 200 meters. So we hope that definitely we will get to see that explosiveness and that explosion from her in those 2 events, or even if we get one, that would be good, but if we get both, that would be exceptional. So yeah, your male.
On the male side, well, people have been talking about him a lot, but probably Gary Card, because he now trains with the senior athletes at MVP. He's been looking very good this season so far. So some people are talking about another sub 10 at Champs. We'll see. Hopefully, as long as he's injury free, anything is possible. So that's all I wish him.
I
Should be
mean,
really
I
good.
mean, hopefully, if it is that he doesn't do anything in training, I mean, 2 weeks from now, we highly possible to see that. I mean, his trajectory that he has been paving for the 2025 season is that
Yeah.
also, and it would be good to see that happen again.
Yes.
To get that happen again, which would definitely say something for us that we are indeed doing great things here still. Yara said to ask you, what's your favorite champs team? I know that's a set of question, but I'm asking Yara's question still.
Okay, first of all, I support everybody.
Hmm.
What I want is to see amazing performances, and I wish good for every Jamaican athlete. But I must say, on the girls' side, I like Edwin Allen for sure.
Hmm.
On the boys' side, I'm not a big Casey fan, so I like both JC and Calabar for the
Or
big team. Yes,
you're a C-Bar and Jamaica College. So Yara, she's not a purple girl like that, but we still keep her. I mean, she still does cover the purples, so we won't hold
right.
that against
Whenever
her.
they accept to answer my questions, because I must say they're not the easiest team to speak with. They're protective of their athletes, but I guess that's the way they operate. It's
I mean,
okay.
that's Yara says disappointing. Yara, not everybody is going to. So not everybody is going to wreck the purple. Yara, we still have to love them. Not because Yara, we still have to love them.
Yes.
And I mean, it is true. She said that the purples people is not so easy to get to talk to, and you know
True.
that to be true. So
And
we
what's
probably
important
agree.
for me in my videos as well is not only to highlight athletes from the big schools. So even though I like Edwin Allen and JC, I'm not gonna highlight only athletes from these big schools. Even if it's a very small team, I want to highlight everybody.
What would you, outside of where the trajectory is happening for Gary Card, what would be your great moment of champs for 2025? As I said, outside of Gary Card going the sub 10, what other thing you think could happen that you would say, that is my champs moment 2025? What is it that you would love to see happen that is, just something that maybe we are not seeing as yet, but you would love to see that happen?
I would love to see a new champs record in the 110-meter hurdles, class one. It's looking very exciting between Daniel Clarke and Jacqueline Gordon, especially after what we saw at the Carifta trials. So that event should be extremely exciting. And also in the javelin, boys. Okay, I must say I haven't been following javelin enough, and that's something I'm planning to change, even for throws overall. I think they don't get enough media attention overall, and I'm part of the problem, so I need to give them more attention too. But there was, I think it was at Carifta Trials, there were three boys over 61 meters.
1 meters.
So if the see, I don't even remember the boy name, but if he throws over 64 meters again, that would be, if he does the same throw that he did at Carifta Trials, that would be a champs record. So javelin with these three guys that we have right now should be an interesting final too.
You mentioned the champs record for the 110-meter hurdles, which was just equal 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks or a week ago, by the purple boy. Actually, we actually have an interview with him
Oh,
actually coming on Wednesday. So that's
nice.
supposed to be very interesting to see and to listen. I mean, 13:06, that was an equaling the champs record. Just sad that it wasn't done at champs, but it is. I mean, after seeing him, I mean, we were watching that race, and after seeing what it is that he produced, 13:06, and we were saying him equaling the champs record there at Carifta Trials, becoming the tied sixth fastest time that has ever run in the world for a junior, tying that with Pinnock of
Mhm.
Kingston College, who currently has the record. I mean, for me, I feel like if once pushed or once that competition that was at Carifta Trials is there and all 8 persons line up to that line is focused down the line, it is highly possible. But my question to you is, for him not equaling the champs record but breaking the champs record, what is the time that you would like, you would envision seeing other than 13:06?
Um, well, it all depends on. Well, it's hard to answer right now. I would need to see the semifinal first to see how they look like. But I mean, even 13.1, 13.2 could be great times.
But we want the champs record to move. The champs record is 13:06. So
Yes.
wanting it to move, what time would you, I mean, from whomever it
I
is that
think you
gives
were
us.
saying. I thought you were saying if we don't get a champs record, what
Oh
time?
no, no, me want the champs record to move too.
Okay.
So no disrespect to Wayne Pinner, but I'm sure Wayne would love for it to move. I mean, Wayne's name will still remain in the books because he had that record for a while. But I mean, it does show growth for that record to move. So, what the time you think that you would like to see, if it's possible?
Well, a sub 13 would be amazing, but that would be. It's actually a French guy, Sacha Zoya, who has the world
On the 20
junior
record.
record for yes for that event. I can't remember exactly the time, but yeah. But my question to you, if I can ask you a question to Latoya, do you
Sure.
think that Daniel Clarke is the only one who can break the champs record, or can Shaquille Gordon break it too?
I think the champs record is movable and is breakable by these grouping of guys
Mm-hmm.
based on what it is that they have been showing us for the 2025 season. Currently, based on what it is that Daniel Clarke showed us at Carifta Trials, he is, he is the talk of the moment at this time.
Mm-hmm.
However, take nothing away from Shaquille Gordon of Calabar. And that's the reason why I said once the competition comes focused, that push that is required, that pressure that is required for athletes to be pushed to the extent that is beyond their own body and their own realization that their body can go to. And this is in general for any athlete, whether they be a junior or a senior, then it is highly possible. It is hurdles. So at the first goal, I mean, 8 guys lining up at that line is firstly battling with the hurdles, and then they're battling with the pressure. So
Yes.
it is for the toughest of the toughest when it comes to hurdles, and it is the toughest mentally that can withstand that pressure. Who is able to withstand that pressure? We wait to see in 2 weeks' time where it goes and how it goes. But I really do hope that that champs record do go. And for me personally, I mean, I'm a perfect girl. So yes,
Yes.
I am going to say I would love to see Daniel Clarke for more than one reason take that champs title and also that champs record. For me personally, as I said, for more than one reason. So that's my unbiased my I feel like my unbiased answer to that.
Okay.
So definitely, Unseen is saying, "Hi Mel, I Melania." So he calls you by your name. I just always do I was my truck sided Mel
That's okay.
right there. Big up to you too, Unseen, and welcome. So that's for me for that, definitely. My next question: if you had to create a 4x1 team,
Mm-hmm.
juniors, male and then female, who would make up your team, your 4x1 team
With current junior athletes.
currently? So for example, I mean, say we would send these athletes to a championship. uh,
Mm-hmm.
how would you set up that team? First leg, second leg, third leg, ankle leg, how would you set that up?
Well, there's a reason why I'm not a coach but a journalist. So,
But you're a big fan. You're a journalist, but you're a big fan of track and field, and that makes it great, great way.
so I can pick four, but it's harder to know the order sometimes. That's a coach thing. Well, fans always have an opinion on who should anchor and stuff, but I'm not sure mine would be the greatest. But I would definitely send Sabrina Duckery, Shania Douglas. Mm, who else? No, Abigail Wolf, and maybe I'm thinking Natrice East. Yes.
So it's highly possible that we see. I think it's highly possible that we see your 4 girls for Cariftal. I
Yes.
think possible, right? Just that
Sabrina.
they're in different, yeah. Because we definitely will be seeing Sabrina Dockery with Shania Douglas on that. Depends
Yes.
on where it is that they make Shania run, if she's 4x1 or 4x4. So
Mm-hmm.
your male side.
Male side, no. Um,
Oh, let me make it easier for you for the male side.
mhm.
May give me the males that you would run for the 4x1 for the Carifta team.
For the character team, um, well, don't we already have the team?
Well, we cannot have some names in line, so maybe your names will coincide also.
So, Gary Card, Shaquille Gordon, um, who else? No, Kimani Gordon, and Tyrese Foreman. Nearly forgot him. Yes.
Okay, so that would be a team. I was
Mhm.
thinking that you'd have think, as it relates to my team for Carifta based on persons that did Carifta trials, especially for under 20, um, which may be possible be what it is. For I think I can even make my order. I think it would definitely be the two KC boys first leg, the second leg. That is having Daniel Clarke run that first leg to Wade of
And
Kingston
then,
College. Shaquin Gordon definitely, and Gary Card, or a switch between Gary Card and Shaquin right there. I think that team would do exceptionally well at at under 20 Carifta this year. Who
yes.
is your favorite male and female athlete senior?
Current or of all time?
No, current, because if we go off all times, we know, we know where we're gonna be going. I want current athletes. Let's talk about current.
Okay. There are so many women I would like to mention, but if I have to pick just one, then it has to be Shelly and Fraser Price.
Okay.
um, for who she is on the track, but also off the track,
Okay.
and how much she inspires sports people, but also whatever you do in life, I feel like you can be inspired by Shelly. Um, and on the male side, Antonio Watson.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes.
Good choices, but rather interesting. So I allowed you to name the 4x1 for the juniors. So you're going to give me your 4x1 ladies seniors.
These are hard questions that you didn't tell me in advance. I didn't get the chance to think about it. Oh wow. So with current ladies now. So Tia for sure. Tia Clayton. Jodine Williams is looking very good so far this season. Mm, should I put? Okay, Sherika Jackson. And well, Shelly and Fraser Price, even though we have not seen her run yet, but apparently she's training. So, yes, these would be the four athletes. I'm not sure about the order, but yes.
Because I was about to ask one question. Like,
Mhm.
I was about to ask you, where would you put Jodine Williams? I do understand that, she has been showing out. I feel like 2024 for her has been a good season, but 2025 so far for her has also been a good one so far. And I do hope that she remain fit and healthy, so as to be able to put her feet down and challenge whatever it is that will come for trials. But I was just trying to think where it is that on that team you would have put her to run. But as I said, you don't know your order, so I leave that.
Yes.
I
I'm
leave
leaving
that.
the coaching stuff. I'm just selecting the four.
You're just selecting the four. If it is that you had to choose something outside of track and field to be your journalism aspect of life, what would that be? What other thing? Would it be just straight journalism, or what other sport would you have chosen?
Oh, so still in sports, but not track and field.
Yeah.
It would be either sailing or football. Sailing is pretty big where I'm from in Brittany, and we have a lot of do you call it skippers in English too,
Mm-hmm.
who come from all over France and even all over Europe who train where I'm from. So
Okay.
that's a pretty big sport, and I like the fact that it's very adventurous. I think it's very interesting. And then football. Well, I like to watch football, but I'm not sure if I would like to cover it. I don't think footballers are as accessible to as athletes are. Um, I like the fact that you can easily talk to the athletes. versus I don't think it's the case in football that much.
Okay.
Well, maybe women football, but definitely not men football.
Unseen, so that's why I'm no coach because I'm put Shako in on a third leg. No, I wasn't putting him on a third leg. I was just saying based on the qualifiers for Carifta, those would be the four. I just know where the first leg and the second leg would have been. I don't know how they would have make the third and the ankle leg. That's all I was saying. But why I said Daniel Clarke to Wade is because I feel like the chemistry between those two boys has has happened so often, or that gel. So it's like it becomes so seamless for when it is that we see both of them go at it together. So I wasn't late giving the order in which it was going to be unseen. My apologies. Yes, Daniel Clarke. Those orders. Daniel Clarke is the person who starts Kingston College Class 1 4x1 team, 4x1 relay all the time. So that's why I was saying, and he does run flat hundreds also. But so that's why I was just saying, no, that I was saying based on who it is that was qualifying for character. I wasn't naming the team though. I wasn't there. Don't beat me, Unseen. Don't beat me. I'm just saying. We're just saying. We're just saying, Unseen. We're just saying. We're just saying. Right? So I say I put myself into trouble. So name me one top female and male athlete that you would love a sit down interview with as a journalist. One that you say, yo, yeah, this would have been.
Jamaican athletes or not necessarily?
Jamaican athlete can go based on the fact that you know they are who you currently focus on.
Well, I've had two sit down interviews with Shelly already, so let me mention someone else. The thing is, I actually interviewed most of them for Keep already, but who would be interesting?
Or like we have interviewed them already. Give me outsiders then. Make it easy for you.
Outside, um, I would say, okay, I like Renelle Lamotte. She's a French 800-meter runner with an amazing personality. Well, I love watching the 800, and I feel like she shares a lot on social media, so fans feel pretty close to her, and she's a big joker. She has an amazing personality, and she always gives her all on the track. So she would definitely be someone I would love to interview on the women's side. And then on the men's side, let me not mention a French person again.
No, but
uh, who would it be on the men's side? No. So many athletes. Actually, maybe Sasha Zuya. Actually, French again. Actually, sorry.
I was about to ask if you would
Sure.
want to. I
He-
think he for me I think he is interesting to talk to
yes,
people about what it is that he has put out there too. So it's a good choice.
he will be in Kingston next month for Grand Slam track. So I might have the opportunity to talk to
Have
the
that.
French athletes that will do Grand Slam track for l'équipe. So Sirena Samba, Mayela, Sasha Zoya, um, Ducos as well on 400-meter hurdles. So yeah.
Okay, we're here for it. We are here for it. I have two questions to go, and then I'm finished with that. Promise. If if there was one event that you would love to see be added to the World Championship or the Olympics, what would that event be? That you think would make it exciting?
I would like to see decathlon for women instead of heptathlon.
Okay.
I think women can do pole vault too in the decathlon. So maybe not instead. I don't know. Some people say it should stay like this. I'm not sure. But other than that, were you thinking of like a different distance?
whether it be distance or relays.
Relays. Or maybe a 4x1 mixed relay. That could be fun.
Well, I think currently IWF is adding that to the world relays. In
Really?
yeah, I think I read it that they're adding a mix 4x1 relay to come. So
That's
let's see if how well that propels and happen. But I do feel like there is couple relays that were relays as introduced to the world that could be introduced to the big stage.
yes.
So yeah, I do think so too. Yeah. Last question. Name me a record or records that you would love to see go on the senior side of track and field in 2025, and this one is putting you on the spot. By whom?
A world record.
Yeah, a world record that you would love to see go in 2025. One that may have been there forever or just recently done.
Well, if you want, if I want to give an easy response, I could say pole vault. I feel like
No,
yeah.
the pole vault is by itself. That's not. I
Okay.
mean, that will go. That will go. It
Yes.
goes like almost every
Yes.
week.
Yes, it's about to win more than if. I would love to see a triple jump. Men, well, actually, both men and women, because Yulima Rojas is back. I don't know how healthy she
I
is,
can't
but
wait to see her.
she's back.
I think she jumps this weekend coming. I mean, I can't wait
So
to see
for
what she looks
her
like.
to improve her own world record would be amazing. And then on the men's side, of course, we have Jaden Hibbert. I don't know how possible that is for this year. I feel like one day in the future that will happen. I'm not sure about this season, but he's still very young.
Okay, not a problem. I mean, two pretty good records that you would love to see go in the fields. I realize that you're a field girl, but I do understand why. I mean, and nothing is wrong with it. I do agree with you saying that the fields need a little bit more coverage, so that people can fall in love with it also, because it's not just about the track only. The few does do their thing too. So definitely, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out so that we could, get to have this conversation and get to know Mel a little bit better and realize that your name is Melania and not just Mel as I, call you.
It's pronounced Melena. Yes.
Melena, right? See, me stick with Mel.
Well, thank you
Um,
so much for having me. That was interesting.
Definitely, and definitely, I'm sure we will have some more of these. I mean, we're into track and field season and everything. So definitely, thank you so much for taking
Okay.
the time
And
out.
congrats for your channel and all the interviews with the athletes. I haven't been getting to watch all of them, but keep doing what you do.
Thank you so much. I will do, and thank you so much for teaching me too. You teach me a little bit, so definitely I'll be coming over to learn some more. Learn some more and stuff. So guys, we thank you so much also, guys, for being here with us again. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, we ask that you go ahead and subscribe to our socials. Also, please bear in mind that come tomorrow at 7:30, we will be interviewing Daniel Wright of Excelsior High School, the world under 2400-meter hurdles champion. In that, and he's also a part of this conversation happening in the 110 hurdles also. So these youngsters are putting themselves out there and not just making themselves only a one-sided person. So definitely remember to tune in tomorrow for that interview with Daniel Wright, and then set your notification again for Wednesday when we will be speaking with the
Daniel.
equalizer, Daniel Clarke of Kingston College, who currently has equalized the champs record in the 110 hurdles. That's also on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. So remember just to set your notification bell so that you don't miss that one and miss either of them. I do believe that it will be a great conversation, and look out for great conversations that will come. We are anticipating the conversation also of some persons that is in the space that we have always wanted to talk to as best as we can and as how possible it can be happening. But come tomorrow, we will be interviewing Daniel Wright of Excelsior High School, and then come Wednesday, we'll be interviewing Daniel Clarke of Kingston College. So I hope that we won't miss those two exciting interviews to come. So thank you so much again, everyone, for joining us and continue to be with us. So we are grateful for that. Thank you again, Mel, for being here with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
You too. So, everyone, we thank you so much again for joining us, and thank you so much for being here with us. We are grateful for your company. We are honored to have you here with us. Do remember again, once again, to subscribe to our channels, and so that you will not definitely miss what is to come. We are in great anticipations for that. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all, wherever it is that you join us from. We are grateful to have you. Have yourself a fantastic evening and enjoy the rest of it that is to come. We thank you.